Hello, Knight 79 here with another special video. This time we're going to be looking at agility, and as usual, before I get stuck into this video, let's have a word from our sponsors, Vault-Tec.
Following total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall to you. That's why we at Vault-Tec have prepared these educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes that make you special. Now, let's discuss the uses of agility. A nuclear blast and the subsequent fallout will have many adverse effects on life as we know it. Intensive, prolonged radiation exposure may transform those above ground into decrepit, rotting beings that have lost their ability to reason. They will likely be without common manners and quick to anger. You must learn to make the most of available firearms, but enthusiasm will only take you so far. Now let's try that again. And remember that with your impressive agility, you can act more decisively in VATS. See? It's a snap. Agility can also help you out in difficult moments. But why place yourself under undue stress? Instead, try a subtler route. Taking the quieter approach is always worth consideration. Your agility can turn a sneak attack into a complete tactical move. Keep in mind, others may have the same bright idea. Your agility will help you move through the wasteland with ease and yield other benefits like assaulting an unsuspecting dreamer in hastily reloading your firearms, piling on damage to additional targets regularly study your Vault-Tec provided materials to prepare for survival. And to answer the question, do you know what makes you special?
So there we have it, agility. From the looks of that video, it helps you out with your reflexes, it makes you avoid damage, it means that you can spread your damage about. So let's have a look, see what we can do. With this character that I've got high agility. I kind of like the idea when I had a look through of what it was, mainly because there's a ninja one, and I want to be a ninja. So agility is a measure of your overall finesse and reflexes. It affects the number of action points in VATS and your ability to sneak. Right, so VATS, some weapons that I've had, so like I've got a pistol. When I go into VATS, because I've got enough agility action points inside of VATS, I can pop off 5 shots with a pistol. Or with my sniper rifle, I can pop off 2. On another character I've got, I went for a little less agility, and like my pistol can only pop off 3 shots, and my sniper rifle can do 1 shot in VATS. So it reduces sort of how much fire you can put out in VATS. So agility sort of means that you can spread things around a little bit. So it's quite handy to have some agility. So the first rank is Gunslinger, and that's with agility 1, and you can channel the spirits of the Old West. Non-automatic pistols do 20% more damage. Now, one thing that you find an abundance of when you're out and gathering is pistols, non-automatic. Tends to be pipe pistols, and one of the best weapons that you get for starting out is your 10mm pistol. And to be able to just put 20% more damage on there, it's well worth a point in Gunslinger. Now, if you've got no intention of using pistols at all, then don't bother. But for me, I'm going to be using pistols and sniper rifles, so this is quite an important one for me. So we have a look at rank 2. You can increase the range of your pistol and 40% increased damage, and you need to be level 7. At level 15, you can unlock rank 3 of Gunslinger, so that's 60% more damage and even farther range. Rank 4 Gunslinger at level 27. You can do 80% more damage, and you can disarm people with your pistol, which is quite good. There's a couple of times I've been charged by someone wielding a tire iron. So as they're coming at me, I could probably go into VATS and aim at their arm and see if I can get rid of that tire iron, so they come at me punching instead. And we'll go for the last rank. You need to be level 42. Non-automatic pistols have double damage and a much better chance to disarm and even cripple a limb. So it's lending itself towards the traits that we saw in strength and we saw in perception, where we're going to get increased damage and chances to hinder the enemy in some way. So it's there's a trend here. So no matter where you kind of specialise, there are weapon specialisations to hinder and do more damage against enemies. So with 2 agility, you have the option to unlock Commando, which is rigorous combat training, means automatic weapons do 20% more damage. Now, I haven't stumbled across an automatic weapon, but I do believe the pipe pistol can be upgraded. The 10mm pistol can be upgraded, which lends into Gunslinger. You can upgrade the receiver to be an automatic pistol. So that would fall into the Commando, and the automatic weapons do 20% more damage. I would imagine that this is going to be very, very similar to the one above. 40% more damage, but instead of increased range, we get increased hip-fire accuracy. 60%, even more hip-fire accuracy. 80% chance to stagger opponents, so it's going to be knocking them back a little bit, or slowing them down running towards you. And the last one, a greater chance to stagger opponents and double damage. So again, it's the weapon specializations all seem to be leading to themselves to do increased damage and hinder the enemy in some way. Alright, with 3 agility, we unlock Sneak. Become Whisper, become Shadow. You are 20% harder to detect while sneaking. Now for me, perfect. I like the sneaking around, things like that. So this is definitely one that I'll be picking up. Because it ties in. I'm very focused on agility perception. And to be able to sneak around and be like a little ninja, it's just the way I enjoy the game. If you're going to go for a Hulk clobber kind of build, you're probably not going to want to sneak around as much. Okay, so level 2 of Sneak, you need to be a level 5 character, 30% harder to detect while sneaking, and you no longer trigger floor-based traps. I've run over a trip mine, and it kills you instantly, so that's quite handy actually. And at level 5, you're going to be about level 5 when you go to the satellite, and if you're not careful, there are some floor-based traps out there. Now whether that includes mines as well or not, I don't know, because again, I went to another place and I didn't spot a bomb that was on the floor. It just blew me up, and it's a surprising little death. So that's quite handy, especially at level 5 as well. You're not going to trigger bombs. Okay, rank 3, level 12 you need to be. 40% harder to detect. And no longer trigger enemy mines. I can see that being nice. You're going to be able to be sneaking around and creeping up on people. Okay, so rank 4. You need to be level 23. You're now harder to detect while sneaking, 50% more. And running no longer adversely affects stealth. Does that mean we can creep about while we're running? That's very interesting. I'd be interested to see how that plays out. Well, I suppose there's been a few occasions where I'm sneaking around and someone goes, I can hear something, shh. And if there's 3 or 4 of them and you don't want to actually engage them, you could probably turn around and run away, and you've not actually been detected still. Whereas there's been a couple of times where I've stood up, run away, and they go, haha, there he is, and off they come after you. Yeah, that could work. I kind of like the idea of that. Okay, so rank 5 of Sneak, you will need to be level 38, and engaging stealth causes distant enemies to lose you. Now that'd be fantastic for the sniper sort of build, and you only need 3 agility, so you could, if you potentially just want to be a sniper and close combat kind of guy, pick up 3 agility anyway, take your shot, and because you're in Sneak, you can shoot and instantly disappear. So they'll never know where you are. I like it a lot. Definitely one that's worth picking up, guys. Spend the 5 points on that. Sneaking's really, really effective, and even if you're a strength character, there's going to be points where you need to be, even if I'm going to be in your face, for the sake of spending 3 agility, you're still going to be able to get high strength and high endurance, and then to spend 5 points on the fact that you're going to be near on invisible. It's no matter what character build you've got, you need to pick those up. And right, so with 4 agility, we get a 3 rank perk here, Mr. Sandman. As an agent of death itself, you can instantly kill a sleeping person, and your silence weapons do an additional 15% sneak attack damage. Now, I've done some sneak attacks, and it's surprising how effective they are. I've not actually unlocked any silences yet, because you need science and something else, so it's all about the perk points early on. But sleeping people, I've only come across 2, and they were friendlies. But whether or not you go into a raid, there's probably a chance where you go into an enemy base, and if you go in at night and they're asleep, you're going to be able to trigger an insta-kill. Which, great, as long as if it doesn't wake everybody up, you go, rot dead, clear it out really quickly. I kind of like the idea of that, so let's have a look at its next rank. So, Master Sandman rank 2, your silence weapons do an additional 30% sneak attack damage. And rank 3, so its silence weapons do 50% more sneak attack damage. So that's definitely aiming towards having a silencer on your weapon and creeping around undetected. It's possibly going to allow you with pistol, so say you've got a silenced pistol, and really good agility, you're going to be able to creep round a corner with a silenced pistol, take someone's face off, and hopefully not alert the other enemies that are close to that guy where you are. They're going to be alerted to an enemy being around, but they're not going to know where you are, allowing you to then sneak into some better cover. And don't forget, if you're ever using sneak, keep out of the light. As soon as you go into the light, you're easier to detect. Stay in the shadows. Right, so with agility 5, we get Action Boy. There's no time to waste. Your action points regenerate 25% faster. I've yet to run into a problem where I run out of action points, but I've not been sprinting around much. I sneak around a lot. Action points, whether that affects the action points in VATS or not. If it does affect the action points in VATS, it's worth picking up. Definitely worth picking up. 50% factor at level 18. A useful one, not one that I'd focus on, unless it affects VATS. If it affects VATS, I'm picking that up, because VATS is amazing, and you need that to recharge really quick. Now, you see, the thing is, I don't know with the action point pool whether you get one action point pool and it applies to VATS and then applies to sprinting, or you get a separate pool for each one. It seems a bit too complicated, even though I'm talking it out, to have a separate pool for each one. I would imagine it's just action points, in which case, pick that regeneration up. It means that you get to use your VATS more often, you get your crits going more often, you get to pick your specific body part, tied in with the perception where you can identify where they've got armor. Power, yeah, you're going to get more VATS going. So yeah, pick that up. That's as soon as you can get it. Right. Agility 6, moving target. They can't hurt what they can't hit. Get plus 25% damage resistance and 25 energy resistance when you're sprinting. Very, very handy. I've not got a point yet, but I will be picking this up. There's been a few times where I've been creeping around and I get detected and 3 or 4 of them turn around to me and all start shooting. I've got to get out of there, so I'm going to be sprinting anyway to get away from them, to try and get some distance between me and them and then go back into sneak. So I might as well make it so that they have detected me, they are shooting at me, I sprint, which will tie into the one above to get more action points so you can sprint more often, making it harder for them to hit you essentially. And when they do hit you, it doesn't hurt as much. So let's have a look at rank 2 of this. You need to be level 24. It's 50 and 50. That's, yeah, pretty good. And let's have a look at the last one. Level 45. Sprinting costs 50% fewer action points. So you get 50% increased regeneration. You can sprint for twice as long, essentially. And you're going to get some damage reduction. pick that up, guys. That's going to be very important, especially if you're an agi character. That's pretty essential, really. If you're not going to put points in agility, then, fair enough. But even as a melee character, you're going to be wanting to get in close. So you're going to be creeping up on them, I would imagine, and sprinting towards them. So, you're going to be able to sprint further. You're going to be able to be more resistant. You're going to regenerate your action points faster. These are all perks to me that are combat-wise, they're quite kind of essential. Yeah. So with Agility 7, we unlock Ninja. Trained as a Shadow Warrior, your ranged sneak attacks do 2.5 times normal damage, and your melee sneak attacks do 4 times normal damage. Okay. So that's going to improve the sneak attacks. Plus, it's very much leading itself to being lurking in the shadows and doing a bit of damage here. Let's have a look at rank 2. 3 times normal damage. Wow. And 5 times normal damage on the melee. Holy crap. Yeah, I think everybody's going to be picking up Ninja here. Sneaking around. It's definitely worth it. Wow, 10 times normal damage at level 33 with Agi 7. 10 times normal damage on a melee sneak attack. That's creeping up behind somebody and slitting their throat job. I like the way that plays out. Yep, very important one. That I think I'd probably be, as soon as I can get to it and get leveled, I'll be putting points in that straight away. Right, quick hands. In combat, there's no time to hesitate. You reload all guns faster. If you're a gun character, this is essential in my eyes. And rank 2 comes at level 28, and you can reloading guns costs no action points in VATs. So that means, yeah, that's good. I've drained my VATs once being in it and not realising and trying to put 5 shots into somebody, only having 2 left in the clip. And I go, pop, pop, reload, there's all my action points, disappears. And it's like, oh shit, should have reloaded before I went into VATs. So that is definitely one that I will pick up. Again, it increases your effectiveness with VATs, really. So I would pick that one up as well. If you're not going to be using guns much and you're going to be focusing on melee, there's no point. If you're going to use a gun, get it. Right, at Agility 9, we have Blitz. So find the gap and make the tackle. VAT's melee distance is increased significantly. Right, I'm a gun character, myself. I suppose with a gun character, this would be quite handy because if you need to get to a point where you're going to need a knife or something like that, you've run out of ammo totally, and you're going to go, then at least you're going to be having a bit of distance. So yeah, it's got its uses. Not as important for a gun character. A melee character, essential. So VAT's melee distance is increased even more on rank 2 at level 29, and the farther the blitz distance, the greater the damage. Right, so it's like you charge to them and give them a clout. That's an essential perk in my eyes for any melee character. You're going to need to get in there quick, and then at least when you're running towards them and sprinting towards them, you can activate your VATs and get a clout. Yeah, I like that. I like that for a melee character. Not one that I'd pick up. I'm more of a gun runner than I am, or a gunslinger, should I say, than I am a melee. And the Agi 10 perk. We have Gun Fu. And you've learned to apply ancient martial arts to gunplay. Do 25% more damage to your second VAT target and beyond. Right, I kind of like that. In VATs, on the second rank at level 26, in VATs you do 50% more damage to your third target and beyond. And in VATs you instantly do a critical hit against your fourth target and beyond. Right, so, you can, in VATs you can spread out your fire. You can select, I'll shoot you, you and you. Basically helping you deal with packs of enemies. Yeah, kind of an essential one, this. I would push up and get Agility 10 as soon as I can, really, if you've not already started with Agility 10, and pick up Gun Fu. As soon as you can get there, get it. Obviously think about the perks you've got, but VATS is so good, especially when you start boosting VATS and getting VATS working really, really well. It's probably, I mean, this one I would probably pick up. In the perception tree there was one that improved VATS. Where is it? Let's see. Where is it? No. Yep. So you've got like penetrator, and you've got more accuracy with VATS. So I would maybe focus a little bit first on perception to improve the VATS. So, you're getting extra accuracy. And then with the gun fu, especially if you're a gun character, that is, you can then, once you've leveled the perception ones and improved the VATS as it is, then start looking at maybe, okay, now I've improved the VATS, now let's get that VATS moving around multiple targets and do some damage. Before that, when you've not got the perk points to do it, just use grenades. That's how I deal with the AoE targets. But later on, you're going to come across quite a few packs, especially the ghouls. The ghouls are a nightmare, and they come running at you 4 or 5 at a time. And if you can get that improved VATS going, and you can just headshot every single one of them, before they've even reached you, you've probably put 5 bullets out and got 5 headshots and 5 kills. So, yeah, it's definitely, there's some very nice sort of gunplay ones, but the gunplay ones seem to be late on with max agility. But some of the earlier agility perks seem to be focused a bit more towards the melee characters. So I think if you're going to go a melee character, you're going to need to pick up some of this agility as well. If you're a gun character, you have to pick up this agility for the bonuses to VATS. And no matter what kind of character you are, everybody benefits from sneak. Being able to creep around, especially in close quarters, in close areas, like inside a building or inside like a shopping mall or something like that, to be able to sneak around and not be detected and get the drop on your enemies makes a hell of a difference in this game. When they see you, they shoot first. When if they don't see you, you get to pick the fight. And in any roleplay game, you think about it, if the enemy fights on their terms, you're in for a bit of a dangerous fight. If you fight an enemy on your terms by using the sneak around, you're going to come out on top. And this whole tree seems to lead itself to that whole ethos, really, of you fight on your terms and you pick your fights. So I would say to anybody, really, anybody who's building a character, unless you're building a high intel charisma where you're just going to charm the pants off everybody, pick up your sneaky stuff. These sneak attacks. It's just going to help you survive in the battlefield. So there you go, guys. I hope that's been a bit informative for you. I hope you've learnt a bit there. And I'm hoping this whole series, we're coming towards the end of it now. We've only got luck left to do. So I'm hoping this whole series helps you design your characters and have a wonderful time on Fallout 4. So if you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And as I always say, subscribing to my channel. We'll keep you up to date with any further videos that I do. And yeah, guys, go and have fun in the wasteland. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.